Just the last 2 minutes. It's a tie game. It's 75-75. It's like right there for both teams.
Yeah.
But then you're outscored down the stretch 9-3, obviously.
Yeah, you know what? We couldn't get stops. And the one thing that we wanted to do that we didn't execute is we wanted to be able to foul Kelly. And we had a couple opportunities and we just allowed him to lay it up. So we didn't execute down the stretch what we wanted to do. We felt like we could defend the corner play better and rotate, and we did. But he made some shots and we didn't. And really, really frustrating for sure.
Mm-hmm. And just your thoughts on just where Eric Stevenson has been and what he did today. Just how did did that happen for him?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that he's a good player, and sometimes you just let your mind get the best of you. And he came out. We got him we were able to get him going a little bit early, and I think that helped. And it's him. It's him and his mind. The ball moved. We had some really good moments of team basketball. And it seems like the basketball gods reward you when you play the right way. And when you don't, they will also take it away from you, which we had a couple stints of that tonight.
And just the last thing for me, just how can this team find its next win?
Well, I think, again, we have to now put it all together. Tonight, offensively, we play like this and shoot. We put ourselves offensively in a good position. We got good balance from a lot of different people. I think that was huge. We got to defend, Percy. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't give up the three. We gave 11. And that's just not who we are. And, that's was the most frustrating, especially when we did take the lead and we had it. We just gave up the three and the shot clocks. We usually take it away. And that just can't happen. It's not who we are, and we got to execute better for sure.
All right, Mike, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, Lauren, go ahead, Lauren.
Hey, Mike, you talked about, those late threes like that a lot have been rough on you guys. Is it miscommunication on defense happening in those moments, or what are you seeing down the stretch when teams are making those threes?
It's player execution. I mean, if I'm guarding you, there's a difference between saying I contested a three compared to saying I'm taking away the three. And they made a couple of really big ones. You got to execute it. It's just it is what it is. And players actually shoot better when they enter the shot clock because they have no pressure. And so, there was a couple of those, a couple of misassignments, and it's just the defending the 3-point line is something that we do and we take pride in. And we did an awful job tonight doing that.
And then there was a stretch in the second half where you guys were coming back from 13 down to take the lead. What were you seeing in those moments, and what was kind of working for you guys during that stretch?
We were getting stops. I mean, we were defending. We were rotating. We were active. We were able to get in transition. We shared the ball. All the things that, we stress. And when that happens, the ball's going in. We're flowing. We're confident. And when we're not getting stops, a little bit deflating. But for the most part, we've got to be able to execute our defense better at the end of games. Montana, they hit a couple big threes when they had only made two. Oregon game, same type of thing. So execute late in games need to be obviously better.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Chris Fetters. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Hop, appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
I guess more about the defense. What in general, when you're watching the tapes back, is not showing up in the compared to the last 3 years? Because this is definitely not the zone that we've been used to seeing.
Well, we're not as long and athletic as we've been in the past. That's a big part of it. But for the most part, we've also got, Nate Roberts really hasn't played a lot. He's played center. He's played forward. Eric Stevenson's never played in it before. So we've got a lot of new faces. Cole Badgema, he only played 2 tonight, but played a lot the other night. Jerron Brooks. And it's certain rotations, and then obviously the experience in it. And we've showed flashes when we got back in this game tonight. We defended as good as we have in a long time. We just couldn't do it overtime. And that's that's the trick, right? You can do it for long periods of time. I mean, teams are going to score. You're not going to shut them out, but there's certain principles that you have that you can't allow to happen. And tonight, the 3-point shot for certain players, we allowed to happen. And that's the result you get when you don't execute what you're supposed to execute. And, and then when guys come in the game, you got to be locked in, all those certain things that why there's so many highs and lows in a game. But, there was some really good stretches. We got to build on that. I think offensively, that was the best that we've played. We shared it. We were executed from the 3-point line. We did get a little bit one-on-one during the period, and that's when we struggled. So a lot to build on. There was some positives. We just got to carry it over and put together the whole ingredients, right? Good offense and good defense in one game compared to good offensively, bad defensively. Those types of things are what kills you.
And also, just real quick, what went into your talk during the timeout right at the beginning of the second half that seemed to kind of spur them on?
We tried to challenge them, and you start off the game, you give them a score, you can tell like the look in their eye, and we just challenged them that it's now, it's now, it can't be tomorrow, it can't be in 3 minutes, we have to play now. And guys defensively, I thought picked it up. But there's, you got to figure out ways to win. And, we just didn't execute what we had to do late, but it was all about time is now.
Thanks, Hop.
Yeah.
All right, Andy Yamashita, go ahead, Andy.
Hey, Hop. Obviously, Eric Stevenson had a great game today, but, what does he need to do to be able to carry this offensive momentum into your guys' next matchup?
I think just play the right way and be, you get open shots, you knock them down. If you don't, you pass it. And, I thought guys looked for him. He was hot. He's a good passer. And we just, confidence is one of those things, but I know that, he's upset because we didn't win, and it's all about winning. If he gets 2 shots, if he gets 6 shots, if he makes 10 shots or he misses 10 shots, it's all about how do we execute and win. And, but really proud of him. It's good to see the ball go in for him, and I'm happy for him.
Definitely. And one last one. It seems like you guys were really at your best today when you guys were chasing the game, trying to get back in it. And then once you guys got the lead, it was harder to build that. What mentality wise is the difference between those two states of mind for your team?
I don't know if it's this team. I just know psychologically for a lot of people, when you're down, there's nothing, there's no way to go but up. Right. And so sometimes it's a little bit easier than when there's some pressure. But for the most part, I think what did we get up, 5 or 6 in the second half? After being down, we had a decent lead, and it's just about execution. They went to a zone. We got a bad shot and a turnover, and I think they went down and scored. Those are the types of plays that can't happen. When you're on the road, you got to keep scoring. You got to keep executing, which I felt like we did. We just couldn't get any stops.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, lastly, we're going to go to James Price. Go ahead, James.
Coach, it looks like you've been going with Jerron Brooks quite a bit more over these past few games, and he seems to be a solid part of the rotation. What do you think he's bringing to the table that can help you guys win?
Jerron can score. And he's obviously learned the rotations and rebound better, but he can score. And he's been working really hard. He can help us as we move forward. He just needs to keep working on the defensive end and obviously rebounding. That's been one of our weaknesses. But love the way that his ability to score.
Got it. And just one last thing. It looks like Jamal Bay's been looking for a shot a lot more offensively these last couple games. What did you think of his performance tonight?
I thought he played within himself. I thought he was aggressive, even taking the ball to the basket. He's got great size. We felt that would be really good for him. Get to the foul line a little bit more, be aggressive. And every time it seemed like we touched the paint, we either get something good happens. We either get a kick out for a good 3. But his, he was aggressive tonight, and I'm loving it.